I can't tell you how pleased I was to be asked to present this award with our chairman, Chuck Stephens. As we were discussing it, I said, Chuck, we'll just handle this like a dog and pony show. And then someone pointed out that it would be, for the Gold Award, it would be more like a big dog and pony show. And in case you were wondering, I'm the big dog. So I guess that makes you pony. I don't know if you have noticed this or not, but there have been a lot of tears shed here this week. And I'm sure there are a few more to come yet this evening. They have been tears of sorrow and tears of joy. I was kind of puzzled by this phenomenon for a while. I had been coming to conventions since 1977. Please don't do that. And I have always noticed the tears. But this week it seems like the floodgates have been left open. And then it dawned on me what was causing us to act this way. I mean, after all, we have a CEO, our CEO, Gary Epperson, is retiring after 21 years of stellar service. We have a chairman of the fraternity, Chuck Stephens, retiring from the board after 6 years of leadership. Last night we had a gut-wrenching, soul-searching celebration of brotherhood that yielded a lot of tears of both sorrow and of joy. Oh, and did I forget to mention that we also have a chairman of the foundation, Wendroff, retiring from the board after 9 years of leadership. This is a lot of news all at once, and as brothers we tend to get emotional with both sad news and good news. Tonight I would like you to share a tear of joy. Oops. Tonight I would like to share a tear of joy. Because the next recipient of the Gold DSA Service Award is my friend, Dave had the distinct pleasure of meeting me in 1985. I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Dave in 1985 at the St. Louis Convention. Found out that he was initiated in 1979. He became a life member in 1977. After the first night, I told him this bit of news, and his response was, "Funny you should say that. I was just about to say the same thing to you." But seriously, there comes a time in organizations like ours where the simplest conversation
met Brother Dave Wendroff when he was the Northwest Regional Director in the spring of 1987, as I pledged to Gamma Kappa chapter at University of Portland. He served in my court of honor in a very intimidating role, I'll have you know, as well as my initiation. After I graduated in 1989 and moved to Boise, I lost track of Dave and Alpha Kappa Psi, thinking as many new alumni do, that it was in their past. Through happenstance, my association with Alpha Kappa Psi was rekindled by the Theta Omicron chapter at Boise State University, where I became the chapter advisor. I now know when an alumni attends an event, the fraternity considers that an interest is becoming involved again. While attending my first convention, notice I didn't get to go as a student, in Washington, D.C. in 1995, where I was introduced to a group of alumni in the hotel lobby, as we learned earlier, otherwise known as Gary's office. Among these was someone who looked familiar, someone that I felt I should know. It turned out to be Dave, who was elected to the board of directors at that event. From that point, when we reconnected, we became very close friends. It was Dave, along with Gary Epperson, who encouraged me to become the West Central Regional Director. He sat on a couch between these two gentlemen at a spring officer training camp and tried to say no. Dave has identified many volunteer leaders over the years, something I've tried to emulate. I had the pleasure of working with Dave for a number of years as he was on the board and I was on the management team. After he finished as chairman of the fraternity board of directors, he moved on to the foundation board of directors. Notice that you don't get to say no, you just continue on. I moved on from the management team and onto the fraternity board of directors, so we continued to have the opportunity to serve together. Eventually, he was elected to the position he held until today, as the chairman of the foundation board. I was elevated to the chairman of the fraternity board in August 2011, and for the first time in Alpha Kappa Psi history, the chairman of both boards were from the same chapter, Gamma Kappa. Today marks a bittersweet day for both of us, as Dave and I both complete our terms on our respective boards. I thought the tears were over this morning. We've shared many experiences and created many memories over the years, and will continue to do so for the future, for many years to come. But one that I treasure the most is the one represented by this recognition pin that I wear from the day he first pinned it on me and made me a member of Alpha Kappa Psi. It's both with great pleasure and pride that is my final act as chairman of this great fraternity that I present David Wendroff with the Gold DSA Service Award.